Hello, players. I am live now, Henry, and here you are in
I gotta, I
color
gotta scoot
picture.
over. There
Yeah,
we go. Okay.
we'll slide a little bit so that we're side by side. People might think we're a little too close due to COVID, but I assure you, we're quite far apart. I'm
When we
just.
were back in the office, we did already kind of sit close to each other anyway.
That's
This isn't
true.
all that much of an adjustment, right?
No, it's not. It's not a big difference. I just want to check all our audio is good. Uh,
Okay.
so anyone
I
in
shall
chat right
perform
now, if
an audio test.
yeah,
The cow ate a pineapple and then ran over the moon.
that was great.
Hmm.
Typically, I like to ask, what did people have for breakfast? That's a good audio test, right? And you say like a muffin
Yeah,
and a coffee. So
I go for a muffin right now.
audio is looking good here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm liking it. Okay, cool, great. So for those of you joining, I'm doing a little bit of a new setup now. As you can see, the lovely Henry is now on camera with me. This is mainly due to I upgraded the internet here at home with working from home. That's kind of just something that I ended up having to do. And so now that I have better internet, I can stream his camera and then push it out to the rest of the world.
Which is good, Sean, because that picture you had of me was nice. That was also probably the last time I wore a tie, and that was like 3 or 4 years ago. So it's nice to be on camera again. Thank you for all your hard work circumnavigating the technical limitations and challenges of doing a live stream from home. In the office, we used to have a room or a number of rooms to choose from, which did present its own challenges, but we certainly didn't have the tools we needed to make a much better live stream experience for us and you, the players. So it's great to finally connect all the dots and have me back on camera and do a live stream with you today.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I'm gonna toot my own horn here. I think I'm getting better and better at this. Like now I'm able to read the chat.
Yes.
I can see some people,
Hmm.
like hello Wayne from the UK, awesome to see. So I can now kind of read the chat while interacting, while going along with our script. It's a bit of a multi-discipline situation going on over here. But you kind of alluded to it. Everyone's kind of working from home. I've recently updated my internet. We've also been chatting. We've had some challenges from working from home. Specifically, we have
Hmm.
pets and we have cats. So what that means is they're walking on the keyboard. None of my cats have ever made it on the live stream yet. They haven't, bombed the live stream while going.
Right.
But yeah, yours does often when we're doing meetings. He just stays away.
Yes.
Come live
Well,
streams.
yeah, my cat's Chester. He's usually fine until I have a meeting, and then he'll zoom around and he'll scratch at the door to leave, and I will let him leave, and then of course, just 10 seconds later, he'll scratch at the door and come back in. So yes, that is pretty
Classic.
much the only major challenge I've had from working from home is cat interference, which isn't the worst thing, right? I mean, you
No,
work in an office, sometimes you get distracted by by other things. There's a lot more people around, so it's just one more little challenge to deal with. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice him hanging around a little bit, maybe a little bit too much.
the old water cooler talk. And so speaking of working from home, one thing we've done is as a team we've all kind of hit the ground running working from home, and we've kind of alluded to this in other live streams, and we actually just released a little bit of an update today. 9 a.m. for a lot of players. And so some of you have already seen kind of a bit of the teaser of this, but today we're going to be talking about a new feature that we're rolling out to the game that we were able to kind of to get out to you guys, and it's called the Battle Pass. And so right now, if you have the game, you can go over to the Godfather page, and this is for Mob Wars only. We're currently releasing, and it will be making it to other games, but right now it is just a Mob Wars game or a Mob Wars thing.
Mhm.
However, if you are joining us from other games, stay around. You'll be able to win the trivia. All of the trivia questions are going to be basically about the live stream. They're going to be questions about the Battle Pass. So for those of you who are good at paying attention, this is going to be an easy one for you. You'll be able to win some free FP.
Yeah,
So
there's going to be no location based questions.
no,
No, I think we've had a couple of holiday related trivia questions in the past. We've had some Henry and Sean related trivia. None of that today.
yeah,
None of that today. All you have to do is pay attention, and all the trivia is going to be Battle Pass related because that's what today is about. It's all about the Battle Pass.
yeah.
And I'm sorry if I speak a little loudly or excitedly, but you guys have no idea how hard our developers and managers have worked to bring this amazing feature to you. Basically, I don't have them in my ear, but if I did have them in my ear right now, if they were able to talk to me, they'd be like, they would be quite rambunctious and say, mention the battle pass more. And I'm like, all right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna get there, but it's on you to pay attention and win that 50 FP trivia. I think is what we're giving away today.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is we typically start the show a little early just to check our audio, make sure everything's good, see the people that have started trickling in. Hello, Tammy. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to hit this little intro stinger and we're going to start the show, and then we're going to show you all about the glorious Battle Pass, which a lot of you are going to love. I can just tell. So 2 seconds and let's do this. Hello, welcome to the show. My name is Sean, and today with me is the wonderful Henry. We are both working in the player success team, so we're here for you guys, the players, and today we're going to be talking to you all about the Battle Pass. But before we get into the Battle Pass, before we get in, I just want to make very clear up front, we're doing trivia as well. We give away FP prizes for trivia, and you'll also tell you a way you can win 200 FP at the end of the show. So just to really quickly outline those rules before we get into it, everyone can answer the questions. The first one to get the question right wins 50 FP. You can only win once, but you can still answer the questions to help other people who haven't won yet. Outside of that, we also run regularly. So if you have not subscribed, you can see down here, we got the social media stuff here. We run contests all the time on our Instagram and on our Facebook. And if you haven't seen them, sometimes the prizes are as big as 300 FP for you. Sometimes they're 200 for you and a friend. So if you haven't been checking out our Facebook page, really going to want to if you're looking for some free FP to win. That was a mouthful, but with all that said, we're going to jump in to the beautiful, the wonderful Battle Pass. Okay.
Yes.
So for those of you who have checked it out, we've already kind of released a little bit of a teaser. The Battle Pass is going to be going live tomorrow, but we've kind of released a little bit of teaser. There's a little info box. You can read a little bit about it, but we're going to talk to you about it and explain everything that's coming with the Battle Pass and why we designed it and why we made it and why it's probably the most value a player can get in our game. It's probably one of the best things we've released in a while. We've been focusing more and more on releasing content that is very player value focused. So an example would be the newer iterations to the piggy bank. Great value there. As well as the raid shop, one of our biggest events that players love, is also kind of has that core identity within it. So I'm going to slow down and we're going to start talking about the Battle Pass. So what the Battle Pass is the Battle Pass it's a reward track that is unlocked for everybody. So every single player gets this. These could be trivia questions, so keep that in mind. Everyone gets the free track of the Battle Pass unlocked. And you can, and actually, I should use some visual demonstration. Let me do this one, Henry. Let me do a little.
Do so. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah,
I know everybody's excited to hear about it. I know the developers have been hard at work. Even my cat is scratching at the door because he wants to learn more about the Battle Pass. I can't wait to see it. Let's bring that up and see what you can show off. So my goodness, that looks sharp.
Thank you.
Colorful.
Thank you. Yeah, the developers, the UI designers, the artists, they all did a great job. So the Battle Pass is these two tracks you'll see, and as you complete challenges, which we'll go into challenges in a second, you unlock new tiers, and so you unlock more and more rewards as you go through the Battle Pass. So let's quickly, we're just going to talk. Every time you unlock a tier, you move up to get more rewards. If you desire, and you didn't want to kind of complete the challenges, or you're struggling on completing the challenges, you can also use FP to purchase the next track. When you purchase the premium, so there's two tracks, one's free and the other one's the premium version. When you purchase the premium version, you'll unlock everything previously. So even if you've gone halfway through and you're like, yeah, I'm getting through this pretty quick, and you haven't decided to pick up the premium pass, when you do, you'll get all the previous rewards as well. So you're not going to be missing out, and everyone can try it out and kind of see as they progress through the track itself. So as you're going through and you're kind of completing challenges, some of the challenges are actually, most of the challenges are going to be things that most of you already do regularly. An example would be winning fights. right? Placing top 10 in the Battle Royale mode. And so some of them are designed, like the Battle Royale one, are designed to allow players to try new features where they're like, I haven't really tried the Battle Royale mode. If you haven't, you should. It's my favorite feature. And yeah, then there's like complete jobs, there's collecting raid boss awards, there's tons of challenges. But when it starts out, when you guys, this is currently a dev build, so I have currently all of them unlocked. When it starts out, you'll get 6. This could be a trivia question. You'll have 6 challenges unlocked. Everyone has the same challenges unlocked at the start. And as you complete challenges, you're going to earn experience towards unlocking these tiers. And so, right, as a quick example, I'm going to go down to, where is my complete dailies? I'll do the earn achievement one. It's easy enough. So as you can see here at the top, it's kind of hard. Henry, can you point here for me? I don't know if you can see on screen. You got to point. Yeah, other side. Other side.
Sorry, I'm looking at 2 different. There we go.
Higher up. Yeah. So basically, as you earn achievements, you'll start unlocking more and more experience. You can see here that I have 2 different kinds of experience. It says how much I've already earned and how much I will earn when I earn a new experience. There are 2 kinds of challenges that you can work towards. One are called daily challenges, which reset the experience amount every time. So one would be completing your daily rewards. That one always resets every time. You'll earn 10,000 experience for the battle pass to progress it. Whereas other ones are repeatable indefinitely. So an example would be win 30 fights. You can keep winning fights and you'll keep earning experience, although the experience gets diminished. So you're going to want to look for other challenges to keep going through.
Right.
Yeah, so then as you complete these things, you start earning experience. As you earn experience, you start unlocking challenges. You're unlocking tiers towards this track. And then as you do, you start earning more and more free things. And so let me make sure I'm going a little fast here. So let me slow down and make sure I've hit all my points.
Sean, while you're gathering yourself, someone has mentioned that you and I have similar haircuts. I don't actually think we do go to the same barber, but I will say that your hair is looking much better than mine, and I think you're also looking very tall today. So Jim, we like to mix that up. So we will do our best to ensure the next time I'll have a mohawk, and Sean, you don't mind maybe having a buzz cut or a mullet, and something really to differentiate from ourselves. So Jim, thank you for noticing. We put a lot of effort into our appearance.
To be honest, Jim is correct. I actually do go to your barber. I've contacted your wife and asked which barber you go to so that I start going to the same guy. Just trying to be like you, man. So the tiers. Basically, you as you're completing your regular daily stuff, you're completing daily rewards, you're taking down fights, you'll be unlocking experience from these challenges, and then you'll just unlock more and more free things. There's actually a ton of things to unlock, and maybe I'll scroll all the way to the bottom to show. There's inventory items. There's a chat color that you can only get through this. There's stamina boosts, energy boosts. There's battle pass cases, yellow cases, cash boosts, FP, loyalty points, and more. Like there's just so much, and just the quantity. And every time you unlock a tier, with the premium pass, you're always getting something new. And surprisingly, it's quite quick to go through these challenges. Like I was kind of working through them on my own for this demonstration to make sure I unlocked a few. And as you're just doing your regular day-to-day, you're doing your dailies, you're doing your fights, your jobs, you're unlocking this stuff for free. This is, again, everyone has access to the free track. So, if you're just like, oh, I'm just here to do my dailies and help my syndicate, no problem. You're getting stuff. Okay, so let me make sure I hit all these notes because some of these might be trivia questions. Cannot stress that enough.
You did mention that there won't be any location questions. There won't be any questions about Sean and Henry. I did try and throw in what's Henry's favorite breakfast item in there, but Sean negated that, rightfully so, because today is all about the battle pass. So if you've been paying attention, you will have a very good chance of winning trivia. Sean, why don't you go through a couple of more items just to make sure?
Yeah. So the free track is free for everybody. The battle pass is a monthly event, so we're going to be rolling out new battle passes regularly. So you'll want to stay tuned to just see, you'll be able to, basically it's just a new way to earn more things for players. And on the free track for everyone, it's free. you by completing challenges. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so that's one of the things I love about the feature so much is you're just gonna earn more stuff just by playing regularly. You don't have to make any change at all. But those that want to get on the premium tier can also do so. So that's what I really like, is that we're offering a good amount of variety for players who maybe play in a different way.
Yeah, because we do have a lot of free players, and as I kind of mentioned at the beginning, like one way for free players to really kind of, they're trying to earn FP and stuff, is subscribing to our socials down at the bottom there, and partaking in the contest, partaking in the trivia, and unlocking the challenges, the tiers, through the free track. There's just ways to earn free FP. There's some free FP in the free track, as well as some cases. Yeah, so everyone at the beginning of it, everyone's going to start with the same 6 challenges. However, every day there's going to be a new challenge added. So even if there's 6 challenges and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, let's say get top 10 in the battle pass, or sorry, in the battle royale, there'll be a new challenge added every single day. So it will open up your options of what you can do in order to achieve more and more experience. The new ones that get added are actually unique to each player. So Henry, you might get a different one than I do as we're going through the days. So keep that in mind. You might get a friend who's like, hey, I got the, place top 10 in the Battle Royale mode, and I've earned so much experience from it, and you may not have gotten that one yet. But it will unlock eventually for you. Challenges are... Oh, yeah, one of the great things... this is just such a little lovely quality of life feature. If you tap challenges... You're looking at the menu, you're like, where am I going to earn my experience? All you have to do is simply tap on the actual link, and it's going to take you to the feature in order to earn basically the experience there. And so I'm gonna beat this guy a couple times to 3, and that would have unlocked there at the top. You can see I've unlocked my newest one, so I got another star for the battle pass. Yeah, it's honestly, there's just so much going on with the battle pass, and there's so many free things that basically, from the vast majority of players, in fact all the players, you continue on. You're just you're doing your thing. You can work. There's some that are basically help on co-op jobs. You'll probably want to grab a couple of syndicate mates and tackle those jobs together. That way you can or co-op bosses. That way you can fly through them a little faster. But you also have, I should mention, you have 1 month for this battle pass until the next one comes out. At the end of the month, anything you haven't earned, it's gone. It's over. Finito. The new one's starting. So a lot of players are probably going to be able to plug through this with relative ease. But something to keep in mind is you do want to be actively going through this, and you want to actively be collecting them, because even though you may have unlocked them, you have to actually make sure. I probably should demonstrate that really quick, just so I'm not missing anything for players. Let me go back to this screen for everybody. Oh, I think I've already collected all mine. Oh, there's some. I found it. Great. So when you're basically, you want to make sure you may be down here, like, let's see, I'm on track 19. I'm working towards this one, towards unlocking track 20. And when I do, I'll be able to get 10 FP as well as a cash boost. However, I have to go back and make sure I've unlocked or I've collected the old ones, something that, if you're not paying attention, you might miss, a yellow crate. But I got mine, so now I'm not worried. Make sure I go back and collect the missing ones. Bang. Anywho, that's something I did want to point out to make sure everyone is aware. Gosh, what else? With the challenges, as I kind of mentioned, I maybe didn't demonstrate this the best. Let me just try and find one. There are some challenges that the amount of experience you get back as you repeat them reduces, and other ones are considered daily challenges, and they'll just reset every day. So you got your repeatable ones, and then dailies. The dailies are going to be a little bit more rewarding, but you can only do them once a day. The repeatables, you can just do them as much as you want. And I'm not going to lie, I think I've hit every key that I needed, like point that I wanted to hit, and I think I've mentioned everything that's going to be in trivia that I also wanted to hit. So, yeah. Oh, did I mention if you're going through tracks, let's say the end of the month is coming, you're 3 tracks away, you're running out of time, you're on vacation. You can actually use FP to unlock a couple tracks. If you need the last couple ones to squeeze them out, that's an easy way to do it. And you earn FP through the tracks as well, so you'll get FP in order to unlock a few if you need to. as well as you'll get FP for joining in trivia, answering questions, as well as being on our socials and taking part in contests there. So there's lots of ways to unlock it. And yeah, there's just lots of like rewards and value for the players. So I'm seeing a lot of questions in chat. I'm going to quickly scan through these and try and see if I answer.
Sean, one of the questions I'm seeing a lot is the cost. So we have the free track and then we have the premium track. Do you want to reiterate a little bit on that again?
Yeah. So the cost is $19.99 for the premium track, and then it's obviously the free track is free for everybody. And from that you get I don't have a full list here, but for some of the things you get here are you get 6 premium inventory items, you get a battle pass chat color, you get multiple stamina boosts, multiple energy boosts, multiple battle pass crates. Let me go back to the rewards. You get loyalty points, just tons of stuff. Yellow cases, cash boosts, FP. Yeah, you get a little bit of everything and a lot of it. Yeah, so that's basically the battle pass. It is a system that, again, it's we're going to be rolling out monthly, and this is currently the time where, especially for the first one, this is where we want players' feedback. As you've played through the battle pass, you unlock, let's say you unlock 5, 10 of the tiers. We want to know how have the challenges been diverse enough? Have they been on like ones that you like doing? Is there other challenges you'd like to see? How are the rewards? Especially for anyone who, when you complete the full thing, let us know. Like, did you feel value in this purchase? Because we want to know that. That's what we're trying to do for you guys here.
Absolutely.
And so,
especially with it being brand new, we've had the same sort of thing happen with Battle Royale. We tinkered with it quite a bit, and now it's one of our more popular features. We're very pleased with it. But it took a little while to get there.
Yeah.
A lot of changes were made based on player sentiment and feedback and participation and results and things like that. So we definitely want your voice to be heard. If you have any questions or feedback about Battle Pass, please do let us know.
Yeah, and some examples of we often take feedback and we change things all the time based on player feedback. And some examples were the piggy bank is a great one that we've changed multiple times. The quests, the syndicate quests, we've changed those a few times for players. They're based on feedback and either adding new ones or just changing the old ones or the rewards or so a lot of players, we want you guys to reach out. We want you guys to know that we are listening and we're always making changes based on your guys' feedback. Outside of the battle pass, outside of all of that news and all the free stuff there, I want to just mention a few more things we've done this month and kind of coming up this month. Because it's been really busy. I'm not going to lie. We've all been pretty busy over here. So first one, we've rolled out just a host of bug fixes and performance upgrades, especially for the mobile app. We have also done it for Kano Play, like our website. So if you're playing on Kano Play, you'll notice some faster load times. And if you're playing on the mobile app, there's one where players were having trouble tapping on profiles. So that has been updated. However, you're gonna want to make sure you're on the latest version of the mobile app in order to see these changes. So if you haven't already updated, if it didn't automatically update for you, make sure you're on the newest version. That's 3.25. In order to check the newest version, you simply go to tap on more on your when you have the app open, tap on more, and then tap FAQ support at the bottom. It'll tell you which version you're on, and you can update if you need to. For Zombie Slayer, sorry, go ahead, Henry.
No, I was just going to mention, sometimes we do get players that have issues on mobile if they are playing in their browser. And I will say we don't support that fully. So if you're having issues or wondering why you're having problems doing basic game features or something's freezing, that's probably why. So if you're on a mobile device, please make sure to check out the app. Otherwise, you can play in a browser, as Sean mentioned, on your desktop or laptop.
Yeah. Yeah, and so for the other games, because we are trying to do live streams where we touch on a bit of the other games as well. Zombie Slayer, we have an upcoming raid for Zombie Slayer, as well as the return of the raid shop. For Viking Clan, we're coming up with the guild quests for them. Both of those events are starting Thursday, March 4th for them. And then we also have the Battle Royale. I should mention, we mentioned this in our TGI or in our blog post, TGIFs. which are basically for Battle Royale mode. It's gotten so much kind of attention from all the games. So everybody's kind of jumping into it, and we love seeing everyone playing it. However, we need to start doing a bit more regular server maintenance on those. So every week on Wednesday early morning, 8 a.m. our time, we're going to do a quick little maintenance on the servers because it's such a live and active kind of game, and because of how the actual nature of the game is built, we need to just do these little kind of server maintenance things. So we are going to be doing that in the morning. So if you're ever wondering, if you jump on early and you're like, hey, I can't get into the Battle Royale mode, it's only going to be down for an hour, and then every Wednesday, and then we'll be back up and back fully running. And yeah, that's basically goes along with more performance updates and really helps. We've seen some players having issues where they boot up the game and then they're getting kicked out of the Battle Royale mode, and so this should all help with that.
I think it shows, Sean, that how popular the feature is, because we really haven't
huge.
ever done sort of scheduled maintenance on any specific feature before. But because Battle Royale is so popular and is running 24/7, we definitely need to ensure that this is put into play. We chose that time. It's generally unobtrusive, and our developers are in early in the morning working hard to make sure that the feature is running smoothly. So thank you all for your patience. And again, Wednesday mornings at 8 a.m., just for an hour or so, Battle Royale won't be available, but that just means the feature will be smoother and better than ever before in the other 195 hours. I hope I got my math right that week.
Nice. That's quick math. I'm not even going to check it. I'm just going to assume you were right.
No, I was wrong. 167 hours.
Oh.
It's a good thing they didn't hire me for my math skills.
Gosh, what else? Oh, yeah. So feedback, I just want to throw that out there again. We get a lot of feedback from you guys, and so some of the feedback we've taken a bit of steps towards basically just trying to help players out and give more rewarding features. So if you see, when you're going through this battle pass, if you're like, hey, I feel like we should have got more rewards, or it was just right, or whatever the feedback is, good or bad, we want to know. This is the time to really give us that feedback, especially for this month, because it's the first version of the battle pass, and so we're going to make changes. We will. We've done it for every other feature we have. So yeah, we'll make changes based on feedback. So please don't hesitate to send it in to us on our support channel. And yeah, that's kind of it for the updates, for the other games, for the feedback. And yeah, that's it. So I think we're kind of moving on to the last and final thing. Yeah, so
we have a few other questions about the Battle Pass, Sean. Should we go over those now, or maybe at the end of the live stream? What do you think?
I feel like I want to do it at the end, because I know there's some players who jump on just for trivia, and because sure. I all the trivia questions are going to be based on the Battle Pass kind of info I dumped. I want it to be fresh in their head, and then we'll answer questions after. I'll try and answer as many questions as I can. Okay, so first things first, let's cut to this. So as many of you regular viewers know, there are 5 questions. Each question is worth 50 FP, favor points, or UN if you're in Zombie Slayer. The first one to answer wins, and each player can only win once. So that is trivia. You ready?
And I'll mention, of course, well, I am ready, Sean. I will mention that everybody watching, we are going to be picking the first comment we see that the right answer is. And I know some of you will say, well, on my feed, I was first, so I think I should win the FP. In this case, we have to go on what we see. So if we don't message you saying you won trivia, you did unfortunately not win trivia. So just keep that in mind. But we're happy. I think this is the most viewers we've ever had. We're thrilled that you've all joined us. And let's give away some FP, Sean. Let's do it.
Let's do it. First question. I'll start it off. This is going to be an easy one. If you're paying attention, this is one of the easiest questions I've ever done, I think. Here we go. Who can get the free track rewards from the Battle Pass? Who? How many?
Who?
Whom? Oh, I already see the answer coming in right away.
There we go.
From Mark.
That is a lot of answers. Very quick. Well done, everyone.
Great.
Well done, everyone, because that's the answer.
The answer was everyone. Everyone gets it. It's free. Even if you don't want to partake, you're still going to get them. So make sure you check at the end of the month to collect what you've earned, because you will earn them without even knowing, because a lot of the challenges are just your regular gameplay. You're going to be playing, you're going to be unlocking. Yeah, question number 2, Henry, this one is to you.
Okay, everybody. What are the 2 ways to unlock the next tier of the Battle Pass track? What are the 2 ways? We're looking for 2 ways to unlock the next tier of the Battle Pass. There are 2 methods of doing it. What are they?
No. Oh, I see Karen with a really good guess, but not the 2 types of challenges. What are the 2 ways? Oh, and I see Tammy with the right answer coming in. There are, I lost completing challenges or using FP. That is correct. It's 10 FP to unlock a track, by the way. I didn't mention that, but yeah, and you earn FP through the tracks itself. So it can, if you choose to, mind you, I don't think many players will. I think the challenges are robust enough that like they touch on so many parts of the game that I think players are going to be able to kind of plug through quite handily.
Right.
I mentioned this in the live stream. This is question number 3. 3, that's the number. Every player starts with how many challenges? Everyone starts with the same first number of challenges, and then every day you get a new one. And 6, I see the answer coming in. I see Greg got that answer correct. Greg, the answer was 6.
Nice.
So just to reiterate, everyone's going to get 6 challenges. They're going to be things like fight, do jobs, help with co-op boss, things you're already doing. And then every day you're going to get a new one added. So you want to be checking your challenges. Sorry, go ahead.
I can't help but notice. I'm sorry. One of the challenges is not beat up the admins in Admin Blitz. Maybe down the road we can add something like that in. But I know players are always very keen to play the game with us, i.e., murder us with impunity. So maybe we have that down the road. Who knows?
That would be a good one. Although I doubt anyone could take me down. I have an unblemished record.
Perfect. You're probably right. There's no way to check that.
I set so many traps and rigged so many ignitions. Unbelievable. Anywho, next question. Question 4 is for you.
Sure thing. All right, players. Question number 4. What are the 2 types of challenges? We did see this answer in a previous question. What are the 2 types of challenges?
And there it is. There it is. I see Karen coming in with daily and repeatable. That is the correct answer. 2 types of challenges. Again, the repeatable ones, it's going to give you experience points for the battle pass every time, and it kind of diminishes as it goes. But the dailies will always be the maximum value, which I believe is 10,000 experience for all of them. Some might be a little less, but I think it's 10,000 for all.
Fantastic.
Oh,
okay. Well, congrats to the trivia winners so far.
Yeah. Question number 5. I'm going to do the last question, and then I have something I forgot to mention, which I'm going to mention because it's kind of a big feature, which we're going to start rolling out hopefully more of.
Okay.
Next question, final question. Here we go. How frequently will we be having a new battle pass? A new battle pass? And I'm seeing the answer come in right now.
There we go. Every month. Sean, I'm so impressed. Everyone, this has to be the fastest turnaround between questions and answers, which means they were really paying attention. So thank you all for paying attention. That's great. We have some right answers already. Well done.
I did want to mention one of the rewards, which is kind of a newer reward, and I'm personally hoping to see it in more things, and based on player feedback, we might. Is one of the rewards for the Battle Pass track is actually an experience boost. And it lasts for the entirety of the battle pass. So you can, and they stack. So you can get multiple experience boosts when you're doing your fight. It applies to PvP. So when you're fighting, you're going to start getting more and more experience from it. So that's something that I'm hoping to see more of, but it's also always based on player feedback, So if players didn't like it, I get outvoted, I see a couple of players saying they're seeing the questions and answers before they're asked. That may be, if your live stream is a few seconds behind, that's going to be a little tough to deal with on our end. However, for you people specifically, I have something for you. At the end of every live stream, I like to throw this out there. If you have enjoyed the live stream, either the information or you just liked hearing our voice, you liked seeing our haircuts matching, if you leave a comment, if you like the live stream, and if you share it, you'll be entered to win 200 FP. I pick based on just the comment. Like, there's no rhyme or reason. You know, if it's something funny, if it's a good feedback, like if it's a compliment about my hair looking like Henry's and how my glasses are starting to look like Henry's, doesn't matter. I'm just going to pick one player and they're going to win 200 FP. No questions asked. I'll message you. Basically, I wait 24 hours, so it allows people who are trickling in late, who maybe watch this later in the day, they still have a chance to win some favor points. With that, also, if you're looking for favor points, again, our socials are right down there. We contest all the time. I think one of the more recent ones was we're giving away 300 FP. So yeah, if you have not been taking part in those contests, you want some free FP, go wild. A lot of them are very pretty quick and easy to do. But yeah, that's kind of it. We've hit all of our talking points. We've done our trivia. We've given away favor points. We've done it. We've done it.
We've done it. And some of the players just joining in a little late. That's totally fine. Thank you for joining. This will be put on our YouTube channel, so you can watch it in its entirety very, very soon. Sean, that'll be posted in the next day or so, correct?
Yes, it'll be posted the next day. And then to see a couple comments and questions, Justin says, "Is this live?" Yes, Justin, this is a live stream right now. Although it's 12:30 our time, but if you're watching this later, it won't be. It'll just be a recording. I see a comment from Karen. She says, "I have high hopes for Battle Pass." That's very kind of you to say, and I want to really stress, with your guys' feedback, your hopes should be even higher, because we base a lot of our decisions based on player feedback. So if you're not writing into us and being like, "Hey, this is what I love, this is what I didn't love," I strongly recommend you do it, because we love hearing from players also from all parts of the spectrum. We love hearing new players who are like, "Hey, I've been here for a week," and players who are like, "I've been here for 8 years. This is what I think." We want to know because it helps us make decisions. But yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing. Justin mentioned, is the Battle Pass going to cost? Yeah, yes and no. So Justin, the Battle Pass, there's a free tier, a free track. That's available to everyone. You earn experience through that track just by doing the challenges on the Battle Pass. And the challenges are things like complete fights, win fights, or place top 10 in the Battle Royale. And then alongside that, there's also a premium track. And so if you wish, you can purchase it as well. So there is the 2 tracks for everyone. The free one is everyone gets it, and you get all the items in there as long as you collect them. And then again, you have to collect them before the month ends, because when the new one rolls in, all those rewards are gone. So things like the chat color, you're not going to be able to get that one later if you don't grab it.
Sean, I'll jump in real quick and mention the bonus 200 FP that Sean dishes out. You have to like, comment, and share on the video to be eligible for that, and then Sean will pick that winner probably tomorrow. So if you are keen on winning some trivia and maybe you didn't win already, please make sure to like, comment, and share.
Yeah. So like Syndicate Quest only from individuals. Similar to that. So Martin asked, is it similar to Syndicate Quests? And yeah, so there's challenges. So for a Syndicate Quest, everyone has the same quest of let's get in fights, right? Let's win some fights. But the challenges itself, because they're individual, they're much more achievable. So for example, one of them is it's a daily, it's repeatable, and you get 10,000 experience for the Battle Pass every time, and it's do your daily gamer points. That's something most people are already doing. And so it's much easier to obtain. It's not going to be like the Syndicate quests are designed for 25 people, like full syndicates. So it's not anywhere near as big as that. So just something to keep in mind. So a lot of players, especially if they see that and they're like, "Oh no, like I remember the hard quests and syndicates are tough because we only have 10 members." Well, it's right. Individual. Every day you're going to get a new challenge and a new. Everyone gets different new challenges every day. Everyone starts with the same 6, and then new ones each day are random. And you just keep getting more and more things you can do to earn experience towards the Battle Pass. And it's a month, so you have the until the end of the month. So it's a long time to complete it. So I think a lot of players can. And if you're one of the players who maybe you don't quite get there, let us know. We want to know. Was it too difficult? Was it too easy? This is, again, I can't stress this enough. every once in a while we hear feedback that people are like, you don't listen to our feedback, and it's like, well, we do. We just we get a lot of it, and we discuss all the time in our weekly meetings. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, I'm seeing some other questions that aren't related to the battle pass, so I kind of want to chat about it because like some of these are great questions.
Yeah, we can keep going. There's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
time limit.
So
Go ahead.
So a player mentioned, what about the concept of expanding syndicate sizes? That's something, that's a pretty cool idea. That is something that, I believe was brought up, and it's one of those things that we get a lot of, we call them quality of life suggestions, that they kind of get put on a list, and then we basically plug through them. We're like, yeah, I think we can work on this for the next month or the next week, and we try and take what we can to work on it. Larger projects like expanding the syndicate size, because that extends to many things, right? That extends to some of the other game modes in the game. Like there's the Syndicate Wars, it affects that. There's the Syndicate Quests, obviously. So it affects many other things. So a bigger project like that, often we have to set out quite a good amount of time for it. And so if it likely hasn't just been, it's probably still somewhere in the like, let's talk about this, let's look at this, what is the size we expand it to? So yeah, so I wouldn't ever consider something like that off the table, but I would suggest, Richard, I strongly suggest, if you haven't written in to our social or to our support pages recently, I think you should, and just literally send us a feedback and just be like, hey guys, I have some feedback. I'd love to see syndicate size increased. Because we take those from basically the support channel, we take those and we present them to the rest of the team, and we basically go in and argue on your guys' behalf, and we're like, this is what the players want, and we agree, and that's kind of that's kind of how the process works. And so
it is tricky because not every player wants the same thing. That's another thing we have to take into consideration. So that's why we look at tickets and chatting with players in World Chat. I know I love hopping in there and chatting with the players and getting their suggestions and feedback. That's great too. But that's why we also have to look at our internal data and actually see how many people are participating in feature A versus B, and what time of the day they do it, and what moves they do, or maybe they've come up with their own internal rules. With the hit list and the blitz and the pinata, things like that. We have to take a lot of factors into consideration before we can make a big change. But that being said, we love hearing ideas. A lot of ideas from players have found them, found their way into the game. So we want to keep that line of communication going. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, and so Gary has a pretty fair question. He says, can anything be done about campers and raids? And so what he means by campers is players who join and either just do their minimum or don't do anything and just take up a slot in raids. And so Gary, there's kind of like the best way to deal with it is you get into a raid group chat. There are many of them, especially in Mob Wars. There's tons of raid group chats where these are players who are dedicated to completing raids, and you basically trade with them. So you're like, hey, I'm gonna get to the top 10 completing this raid for you, and you do that for me. That is the best way to ensure. Another way is to use your syndicate, and if you have 25 people, that's great. You could maybe if there's only just 10 of you jumping around doing raids together with each other, that ensures you have a lot of kind of firepower coming at you. However, we have, people have asked, can we kick people from raids? The issue is that opens up this whole issue of basically almost like abuse from it, where players are like, I don't like you, kicked you, even though they've contributed their daily minimum, right? And then what's stopping someone from completing a daily minimum? Now they can't be kicked. Well, they stop there, and so it creates this bit of a we create new issues, which we don't feel is in the true concept of the game, the true core of the game, which is it's community, it's working together, it's jumping in with your syndicate and taking down these raids. So to answer your question,
we totally understand where the players are coming from, right, Sean? Like we
100%.
We don't like the idea of players jumping in and not doing something. We've just found with that kind of thing, it's better to incentivize players to do activity and actions rather than punish players for not doing what we want them to do. So it's a fine line. We get it.
Yeah, and it is one of those things that it's we don't want the solution to be worse than the problem, right? Like that's kind of what that one boils down to. I see some other comments of battle pass battle Royale. We have a lot of battles in here. Battle Royale rewards, increased Battle Royale rewards. That is something, that's the feedback we want to hear, because we look at data, basically. We look at basically compare it to other events, and then we try and kind of balance out that way. So if you're feeling like, hey, it's actually really hard to get up to, to get a win, so I really feel the reward should be more, that's what we want to hear, right? Yeah, so thank you for the feedback, but I strongly suggest please send in a ticket to our support channel. That's where we take these feedback channels from. And so
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I see Karen in the chat saying we keep raids mostly in the syndicate. That's exactly, a lot of players do that, especially because that's one way to guarantee your syndicate is getting these premium items, right? Because you can guarantee premium items from raids two ways. If you're a new player and you didn't know this, the first way is if it's your first raid of the event and it's killed, you are guaranteed the best reward you can. And then the second one is if you're top in actions, that's healing and attacking is the total actions. If you're top in actions, you're also going to win or be guaranteed a premium reward. So as a syndicate, you could actually plan. And what me and Henry have done is I've opened a raid and I've said, Henry, please be the top in actions here. And then Henry opens a raid, I do that there. And then we're both winning premiums on both of them. It's just it's awesome. It's just great. We're just winning lots.
I want to move to Justin's question real quick, Sean.
Yeah.
So he's asking, can we merge the servers for Battle Arena? And we've done that with Battle Royale.
We have.
To great effect. It's really it's the way to go for sure. Battle Arena, we haven't discussed that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that won't happen in the future. It's quite a lot of work to ensure that a feature can have both servers. Or common armor as well, so 3 or 4 servers. But that's certainly a neat idea that may get some attention down the road. So I'll pass that along. Thank you, Justin. Good suggestion.
And some of those features, right, that haven't been looked at in a while, they are on our list of we want to revitalize some of these things, right? We have, as I kind of mentioned, we have a big list of things we want to do. However, we are a small team, so in terms of what we take on, we have to be very precise on what we're taking on, and we use player feedback. I harp on this all the time, and I know I do, to basically make our decisions. And yeah, so it depends. It totally depends on what we're taking on currently. Last year we did the Battle Royale was a really big one, revamping the piggy bank, having new events for raids. And then this year, we're in month 3. Oh my gosh, it's March. We're in March, and we've already released a new feature, right? So we have more coming. We have more plans for things coming. But yeah, so that's what we want to see. Locations are always coming. They're just we have a very small team who works on them, and there's 4 games, so we bounce between the 4 games. So yeah. So that's it. St. Patrick's Day is coming up. I see a comment of Happy St. Patrick's Day. That is coming up. We will be having a little bit of a festive event, and we'll have a festive live stream for it too. Going to be possibly drinking some green beer on stream. We'll see. I don't know if that's appropriate or allowed. We'll find out. Because
it'll be my birthday, so that's going to be a wonderful week, and it'll be hopefully the last birthday I have to celebrate during the pandemic. I know a lot of people are thinking that as well, but I think certainly a green theme will be nice, and we do have some really exciting stuff coming up in a couple weeks. We'll have a sale going on. We'll have the raid for LCN and things like that. So I hope we get as many people or more on our next live stream. This is working out really well. We can keep going as long as we see other questions.
I think I'm also just going to throw it out now. For Henry's birthday on St. Patrick's Day, we'll do a larger trivia section. I'll just, as a little birthday gift for you and everybody else, we'll do a bigger trivia. So if more people want to join for Win Some FP, that'll be a great way to do it. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's that's it. We've covered all of our main notes. We've answered some questions. I am really hoping and planning to do a kind of a Q&A live stream, like a longer form one. So I'd like to do one of those. I think if players, I'll maybe try and set up a system using polls, so I can ask questions a bit more appropriately, and then actually poll the players and see what do you like, what do you don't like, and then see what they say.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so there's more we want to do. As mentioned, I've kind of upgraded my home system, so we're going to do a little bit more with these live streams to kind of make them, pizzazz them up a little bit.
Sure.
But yeah,
And yeah, we love players asking questions. So we appreciate everybody joining us here today. If we didn't get to your question, or you still have questions about the battle pass, sorry, you know where to find us. Please send us in a ticket, and we will respond to you as soon as we can. Either myself, Sean, or Moen. And Moen, big thanks to you, is helping us on the back end as well as the rest of the team. So please don't hesitate to reach out, and we will do our best to answer your question.
Just to reiterate, Battle Pass goes live tomorrow. It's free for everyone on the free track. You have 1 month to complete it by completing challenges. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoy it. Please send us your feedback about it once you've completed it at the end of the month or while you're doing it. We love to hear from you guys. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, players.